Hello and welcome to Unshaken Families, a podcast by parents for parents who are doing a pretty good job, could be doing better, and are trying not to beat themselves up about that. I believe becoming a parent is one of the biggest shifts you can experience in your life. In the previous episode, we kicked off season 1, The Wisdom of Reddit. Welcome to episode 2. I'm your host, James Lapine, and as a reminder, here in season 1, we're looking at the top 10 pieces of advice from a viral Reddit thread. Many of us go looking for wisdom online, and sometimes we find it. So we're going to examine each piece of advice from this viral Reddit thread, and we're going to talk about what's true, what's maybe not so true, and then what the Bible has to say about it. My friends Belle and Forrest are in studio with me today. Hi, guys. Good to see you. You ready for today's advice?
I'm so ready.
Then we need that drum roll, don't we?
We do.
Let's hit it. Children can't meet an expectation unless the expectation has been explained to them. This one is actually pretty good, I think, Belle.
I'm feeling good about this one.
Yeah, you like
I really
this one?
am.
I think we should go 80% true on children can't meet an expectation unless it's been explained to them. Let me explain. So the folks who love the phrase clarity is kindness are just going wild right now. They love this piece of advice. It's exactly as they've been saying. If we just set clear expectations and tell our kids why those are the expectations, then all will be well, right? That's all we have to do. But there's one problem. What about when your kid doesn't really give a you-know-what about your stupid expectations? I was kind of one of those kids. Here's what the article and the Reddit user said. They said, we assume that kids should know what to do, but actually they're figuring out how the world works. So let me just stop right there. Any Christian parent should not assume that kids know what to do. Proverbs 22:15 says that folly is bound up in the heart of a child. And so they often don't know what to do. But the advice continues on. It says they are sponges and can pick up a lot from seeing and hearing things. But being told straight out what the expectation is for any given situation cuts down on power struggles and makes setting limits and boundaries easier. And to this, I say, your kids are definitely picking up on what you're saying and doing, and you have to be careful because they're really sneaky like that. And there's really nothing more humbling as a parent than realizing that when your kid is being particularly frustrating, that they're probably just imitating you and the things that they've seen you do.
Yeah.
And what else? That proverb goes on to say that the rod of discipline drives folly far from your child. And so, clear expectations, limits, boundaries. These are good things for kids as they're growing up and learning. Freedom is found in constraints. And so, for sure, set clear expectations, help guide them along. But here's the other thing. Don't expect your kid to meet the expectations all the time. They're a kid. When they fail to meet expectations, ask yourself why. Could be for a couple different reasons. Maybe you are setting unreasonable expectations for your kid. Maybe they are being lazy or rebellious or entitled. Or maybe they're just a kid. And maybe they just need someone to show them the same grace that God the Father has shown to me and to you. Okay, so once again, Belle, I don't have a straight answer for our listeners. As we mentioned in the last episode, no one other than God knows their kid better than them. And so this will take a little bit of wisdom and discernment, a little bit of in-the-moment decision making. But here's what I'd say. If you always hold fast to your rules and expectations, and I lean this way as a parent, you may be teaching your kid that that's what God is like, that he always holds fast to his rules and expectations. And our God is a God of grace. I don't think that's true. And so if you have, on the other hand, if you have no rules or expectations, then folly will run wild because they're kids. And so I hope that truth leads you to either more grace or to more structure, whichever it is that you and your kid need today. Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, invite a friend to the party, follow along, and make sure to subscribe. And then we'll see you next week for our next piece of advice. And this is a long one, pal. It says this: you are not a failure or a bad parent if you take a week-long vacation without the children. I'm not done. You are a good parent who needed a break.
I really feel like they could have shortened that to vacation's okay.
Vacation is okay. We'll talk about that. I don't think we've ever taken a week-long vacation from our kids. It sounds like we are good parents who need a break. Or do we? We'll find out next time on Unshaken Families.